The President of the United States, Donald Trump, played an important role in making peace. This peace agreement helped end a long and difficult war. It was a very big achievement, bringing hope to many people. The world recognized this success as a major step forward for everyone involved. A very famous magazine, called Time, decided to put the president on its front cover. This was to celebrate his important work. The magazine wanted to show the world the great success he helped create. The article inside the magazine spoke highly of his actions and the peace deal. However, President Trump was not happy. When he saw the picture on the magazine cover, he was not pleased. He disliked the photograph of himself. He even said it was the worst of all time. He complained that the picture made his hair look bad. He also noted a strange light that seemed to float above his head, like a small crown. His main focus was on the image, not on the positive news of the historic peace agreement. This story is about that moment. It explores how a single photograph caused a big discussion. It is about the president's strong feelings and his public anger. It also raises a question for everyone. What is truly more important? Is it a big success, like helping to make peace in a war? Or is it how a famous person looks in a picture? We will look at how this event unfolded. We will see how different people reacted to the picture and the president's public complaints. This book will explore the debate about what truly matters in such situations. 2. A big success. A big success happened in the Middle East. A peace deal was made in Gaza. This agreement was very important. It helped to end a long conflict. For a long time there was fighting. Now there was hope for peace. President Donald Trump had a key role in this. He worked hard to bring peace. He did not work alone. Important people helped him. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was one of them. Also, Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff played a part. They all worked together to make the agreement. The peace deal was carefully planned. It happened in 2 stages. A main part of the deal was to free people. Many families were waiting for their loved ones. Israel released more than 1,900 Palestinian prisoners. These prisoners returned to their homes. In return, Hamas freed 20 Israeli hostages. These hostages were alive. Hamas also returned the bodies of some other hostages. This brought closure to some families. Donald Trump traveled to the region. He went to Israel and Egypt. He took part in special events there. His trips showed how serious and important this peace deal was. It was a big moment for everyone. This deal was a major achievement for the president. People called it a signature achievement. Some even thought it could define his future if he ran for president again in 2028 and won. Time magazine recognized this important work. They put Donald Trump on their cover. The magazine article was full of praise. It called the peace deal his triumph. It said this was a huge success for him. The story highlighted his efforts to bring peace to a difficult region. It showed that his leadership made a real difference. This historic deal brought joy and relief to many people. It truly was a big success. 3. The bad picture. After the good news of the historic peace deal, a new Time magazine cover showed President Donald Trump. The magazine celebrated his important work. Its headline called the peace deal his triumph, meaning a great victory for him. People expected him to be very happy. But Trump did not like the picture on the cover at all. On October 14, 2025, the magazine was released to the public. Soon after, Donald Trump shared his strong feelings on Truth Social. This is his own social media website where he often posts his thoughts directly to his followers. He wrote that Time magazine had actually written a relatively good story about his success. But then his message turned to the photograph. He declared the picture may be the worst of all time. His words showed his deep disappointment with the image. He went on to explain his complaints about the photo. He felt it made his hair seem to disappear. He also saw a strange light that appeared above his head. He described it as looking like a very small floating crown. He wrote, "Really weird." He also shared his dislike for photos taken from underneath angles, which he said made this picture super bad. He felt it deserves to be called out, asking, "What are they doing and why?" His post clearly showed his anger and his feeling that the picture was chosen to make him look bad. The cover picture was indeed taken from a low position, looking up at him. The sun was shining brightly from behind him. This natural light created a bright effect around his head, almost like a circle of light or a halo. However, this effect did not please him. Even though the long article inside the magazine praised his big achievement, the peace deal that helped many people, Donald Trump's anger was entirely focused on the image itself. He spent his time talking about how bad the picture looked and why he thought it was unfair. He did not speak about the positive words in the story or the important peace deal. The president's main concern was the photograph, not the significant news it shared about his major success. This intense reaction quickly became a main topic of conversation for many people around the world, overshadowing the peace deal itself. 4. People talk about it. When President Donald Trump shared his angry message about the Time magazine cover, many people quickly started talking. His words about the worst of all time picture went everywhere. People around the world saw his post and had strong opinions. Some of Trump's supporters quickly came to his defense. Kari Lake, a well-known person who supports Trump, shared a different photo. She believed this other picture was much better. She wanted people to see how good the president could look, not how he looked on the magazine cover. Not only people in America had something to say. A top official from Russia also spoke about the cover. Maria Zakharova, a spokesperson for the Russian Foreign Ministry, said the choice of photo was astonishing. She thought that only those obsessed with malice and hatred could have chosen it. On the other side, many people found Trump's complaints funny. Critics and comedians quickly made jokes. They laughed about his hair and the small crown he saw above his head. TV shows and online videos showed funny stories and cartoons about the picture. Social media became very busy. Hashtags like worst of all time, Trump crown, and time fail trended. People shared many funny pictures and videos known as memes. Some people even made their own joke magazine covers. The internet turned a small complaint into a global discussion. Time magazine itself did not say anything. They did not respond to Trump's social media post. This silence added to all the talk and guesses. So, the picture truly divided people. Some felt the magazine was unfair to Trump. Others thought his focus on his looks instead of the important peace deal was strange. The world was split in its opinions over just one magazine cover. 5. Why the picture looks like that. After the picture came out, many people wondered why it looked the way it did. Donald Trump himself was very unhappy with it. He said his hair seemed to disappear, and there was a strange, small crown-like light above his head. He also did not like photos taken from a low angle, stating that they were super bad pictures. Experts in photography looked closely at the cover photo. They wanted to understand if Time magazine made the president look bad on purpose. One big reason for the unusual look was how the photo was taken. The camera was placed at a low angle, pointing up at him. This kind of angle can often make people look different, sometimes not in a flattering way. Photography specialists often note that low-angle shots rarely make older subjects look their best. This explains why certain features might have been highlighted in a way Donald Trump disliked, such as a prominent neck. Also, the sun played a big part in the photo's appearance. The bright sunlight was positioned behind Donald Trump. This created a strong light around his head, almost like a bright outline. This effect is commonly known as a halo in photography. It was this natural light that likely created the strange floating crown he talked about in his social media post. The strong light behind him also made his hair look less clear and defined, contributing to his complaint that his hair had disappeared. Many people asked if the magazine changed the photo a lot using computer programs. But experts who analyzed the picture said no. They looked at the original image file before it was put on the magazine cover. They found that the picture had very few changes. It was not heavily edited to make him look bad or to add the crown effect. Instead, these strange visual elements were mostly from the natural light and the specific position of the camera during the photo shoot. Some wondered if it was Time magazine's choice to use a dramatic or unusual style. Magazines often choose photos with strong visual impact to make their covers stand out. The decision to use dramatic lighting and a low-angle shot is a known artistic license in magazine photography. While the style chosen for this cover was certainly striking and perhaps unusual for a celebratory piece, there was not strong evidence to suggest that the magazine intended to undermine Donald Trump visually. The photo's aesthetic, including the light effect, was more likely a result of photographic conditions and artistic direction rather than deliberate bad intent. The magazine itself did not respond to Donald Trump's public criticism. This silence left room for much talk and speculation in political and journalistic circles. People continued to discuss whether the photo was a simple photographic moment, a clever artistic choice, or something more. The lack of an official explanation only added to the mystery and the public debate surrounding the image. 6. A president and the news. Donald Trump has a long and interesting relationship with the news media. For many years, he has been in the public eye. He often appears on television and in magazines. Time magazine, a very famous publication, has put him on its cover many times. Some of these covers President Trump liked a lot. For example, he was named Person of the Year twice, once in 2016 and again in 2024. These were big honors, and he was happy with how he looked. But President Trump also has a history of getting very angry at news stories or pictures. He dislikes anything he believes is unfair. When he does not like a photo, he speaks out strongly. He has said that some pictures of him were purposefully distorted. He wants to control how he looks to the public. He wants to be seen as strong and successful. This is why the recent Time magazine cover made him so upset. Even though the story inside was good, he focused only on the picture. This strong reaction to the cover is a perfect example of his ongoing fight with the news media. He wants their approval, but only if they show him how he wants to be seen. If a picture or story does not meet his expectations, he will criticize it. He uses social media to share his feelings directly with his followers. This helps him gather support and shift attention. For a long time, Donald Trump has used his public image carefully. He builds his personal brand through how he looks and what he says. When he feels the media attacks his image, he uses it to his advantage. He often tells his supporters that the news is fake if it shows him in a bad way. This makes his base loyal and keeps people talking about him. It can also move the focus away from other important topics. Many people wonder if the media should always show leaders in the best possible light, or should news outlets show things as they are, even if the person does not like it. For President Trump, the picture is often as important as the event itself. He cares deeply about how he is presented. This latest argument about the Time cover shows this clearly. It highlights his complex and sometimes difficult relationship with the people who report the news. This fight has been a part of his public life for many years. 7. A fight on the Internet. The fight about Donald Trump's picture on Time magazine quickly moved to the Internet. After Donald Trump posted his angry message on Truth Social, saying the photo was the worst of all time, many people began to talk about it online. His strong words quickly caught the attention of millions. Soon, people on social media started to use special words called hashtags to share their thoughts. Hashtags like worst of all time and Time fail quickly became very popular. They trended across major platforms like X, which used to be called Twitter, and also on TikTok. This meant that millions of people saw these specific topics and shared their own comments, pictures, and videos related to the magazine cover. Supporters of Donald Trump were not happy with the picture. They felt the magazine had tried to make him look bad. In response, they began to create and share their own versions of the magazine cover. They put different photos of Donald Trump on these covers, showing him in a way they thought looked much better. These alternative covers spread quickly among his followers, trying to change the narrative. At the same time, many other people saw a chance to make jokes. They used the picture and Donald Trump's reaction to create funny images and short videos, known as memes. These memes often highlighted the strange light that looked like a small crown above his head, or they made light of his complaints about his hair and the low camera angle. Late-night comedians on television also picked up the story, finding the controversy fertile ground for their jokes and satire. These jokes, memes, and new pictures spread very fast across the globe. People shared them constantly with their friends, family, and followers. The Internet became a huge battlefield for opinions and creativity, where everyone could join the discussion. It was like a massive worldwide conversation happening instantly. What started as one important person's complaint about a photo grew much bigger because of the Internet. The digital world took Donald Trump's personal feeling and transformed it into a global news event. This quick spread showed how powerful online platforms are today. They can turn a small issue into something everyone is talking about, making the worst of all time picture a famous moment in online history. This Internet fight highlighted the big role social media plays in shaping public stories. 8. What is more important? This story has shown two different things. On one side, there was a big success, a peace deal that helped many people. Donald Trump played an important role in making this happen. The Time magazine article called it his triumph. It was a moment of real change and hope for peace in a difficult region. Many Israeli hostages were freed, and Palestinian prisoners were released. This was a true achievement that changed lives. But on the other side, there was a picture. This picture was on the cover of the same magazine that praised the peace deal. Donald Trump did not like this photo at all. He said it was the worst of all time. He complained about his hair and how the light looked like a small crown on his head. For him, the picture was very bad. His anger about the photo became a big story. People all over the world talked about the picture, not just the peace deal. This made many people wonder, what was more important? Was it the big peace deal, the real event that helped stop a long conflict? Or was it the picture, the way a leader looked on a magazine cover? The peace deal was about serious work and helping people. The picture was about how one person looked and how he felt about that look. The world watched this happen. Some people thought the president's reaction to the photo was not important. They believed the peace deal was the only thing that mattered. Others felt that a leader's image also played a role in how people saw them. This story makes us think. What we value. Do we care more about what leaders do or how they are shown to the public? History will remember the peace deal. It will be a part of the record of what happened. But will it also remember the angry words about a picture? This conflict between a real achievement and a small complaint shows how strange things can be. It asks us to look at what truly matters in the news and in our leaders. Do you think a leader's image is just as important as their actions?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.